set right there that you don't have to choose between. You're getting all three in blue, white, or black. You can choose your top 20 electronics that are on sale right now, and they just search top 20 electronics on hsn.com. There you go. I love it. It's a great sort of little one-stop shop. You can see what's hot right now. We have access to all of our electronics, you know, buyers and people, and so we can literally walk into their offices and go, what's hot? Like, what's coming up next? And now you have that same power to be able to do
All right, we as our little sets get smaller and smaller,
get a little closer.
Until Shannon and I were doing everything together today. So we're joining our good friend Bill.
Yes.
This is a really unique and really cool item, and a lot of us we get sort of stuck talking about cell phones all the time. So all we talk about, cell phone, cell phone, cell phone. But for most of us out there, we would be nowhere without having that set of home phones that are so reliable. If you have not changed out your home phones in a long time, this is a great way to do a home phone makeover. You're gonna get 5 handsets. So for $99, which is a great deal on phones if you've priced them out, to get all 5 and a built-in digital answering machine is great. This will also, it has very unique technology. Bill will explain it a little bit more, but it'll also link up with your cell phone, which means you can actually receive and take phone calls from your cell on your house phones, which is really great when your cell phone is charging and you can't use it. And the other thing I really love about house phones, like in my house, is my wired house phone always gets better reception than my cell phone, because it's not working on towers, it's working on wires, so it's a hardwired system. Anyway, Bill, this is for $99.95. It's a great deal. We get the whole package. Everything is ready to go. We just have to plug it in,
And it's from a great name. It's from AT&T. And look, my cell phone is ringing. The palace is calling me on my cell phone. But it's Megan. She's a little nervous. But I can answer it through any phone in the house. The cell phone rings, the whole house phone rings. So I'm going to grab it right over here, and I can just pick up that telephone call. And that's how you're awesome. Always engaged. And I can hang up that telephone call. And that's really what's important about it, because we have become more cell dependent.
Sure.
What happens to the landline is, you know, it just gets solicitation calls. Speaking of which, we have the ability to call block 20 different numbers on here, which is great. Times they change, it's election season, it's like, block that number. So it's a really versatile system from AT&T and very feature rich. So you see how it links to cell phone, but let's just go back to our landline experience. We want better reception, better quality, better audio. That's what you get when you go with AT&T. You have a built-in antenna that can pop up or pop down, so you get better DEC 6 range. What is DEC 6 technology? That means less dropped calls, less interference from other, you know, frequencies that are in the neighborhood or just even within the Wi-Fi in your home. So it's going to be a crystal clear call. But then also when you look at the user-friendly aspect of the base station and of the handset, that's where you really also are impressed, because it has that nice larger LED screen, so you can see what's happening in terms of what numbers are calling in terms of being able to see when it does caller ID or see when, you know, you have a voicemail. And this is important too. All the controls on each handset match back to the base station. So if you're running where it's like, oh, I have a voicemail, but I have to listen it only to the base station in the kitchen, I can listen it to the handset in the bedroom. I can listen it to the handset in the office. I can listen to the handset that maybe I placed out in the garage, because each one of these handsets just needs power. So only the base station needs to have the ability to be plugged into the phone jack. So you notice
HSN Studio.
I didn't have to get off the couch. It's HSN. I probably should pick it up. You know what? I'm gonna let it go to voicemail.
You're here.
Digital voicemail. I mean, that's just
be calling you.
Here, everybody. Come on. So it's gonna go to voicemail. Digital answering system. I think it's my. See?
It's a good thing you avoided that call.
Right.
Yeah.
So someone said, can we turn up the volume? Yes, you can easily turn up the volume as well. So you have all your controls right down here, whether it's volume, playback, delete, clear the system. And remember, with that large LED screen,
this voice guide will assist you with the basic setup.
So easy that is.
so that's another important feature. I wanted to illustrate to you how easy it is to set it up. Why? Because if it's too complicated, we're not going to be able to use it. And that's
like
just
your own
it.
little
It's
tutorial.
very simple.
Yeah.
And so it takes you through the process. Very user-friendly.
I think a lot of people, especially you know, senior friends out there, are more comfortable with their house phones. I know my mom, bless her heart, you know, bought her a $600 or $700 phone, and she just does not like that cell phone. She's like, I like my home phones. They're very reliable. They're kind of a more simplified design with how to use them. We know because we've had them for years. But they still, the newest corded phones like these are cordless phones that are wired to your house. they actually have a lot of technology, a lot of the same technology and even better technology than your cell phone, but they are much simpler to understand. So if you are ready for new phones and you haven't had them in years and you're like, you know what a great deal, because for $25, we'll ship them out to your house. You'll get them in about a week. The shipping is free today, so you don't have to pay for that. So it's a good opportunity. I believe as of this day only, they even lowered the price for you, so makes it a little easier on the pocketbook. But boy, when you plug these in, you know you've got that, whether you use them as your backup or whether you use them as your main phones, you know you can count on them because it's a little company called AT&T, which has been around for a little bit. You know you can count on them. But I love the fact that it has all the best features. You know, you've got the built-in speakerphone, the backlit keyboard. You have all these things that make life easier.
And one thing I want to point out right now, I've unplugged our system from the outlet. We've lost power.
Works like a power.
Yet it's still ringing and still able to take those telephone calls, which is what we appreciate at the end of the day. We don't want to be dependent upon when we have power. Yeah. We want to be able to pick up that phone when we need to make that phone call. And remember, we're not limited to that one wall jack, that one room where the phone and base station is. It's now throughout the house. Yeah. And it's easy to do. Did you have to rewire every room? No. You just plug and play. You now have one in the home office. You have one at your nightstand. You maybe have one in the kids' room or on the couch next to you in front of the TV. You can even have one out, in the garage for dad. Because this also acts as an intercom. I mean, do you have an intercom in your house, Shannon?
No.
In each
this
kid's
is my
room?
Intercom. Hey, it's dinner time.
Now you have a built-in intercom because maybe you have one in each kid's room.
Yeah.
You can literally call one room. Cindy, dinner's ready. Dad, dinner's ready. It's the convenience and the power. It's an upgrade, but it's worth it because we do use our phones. And you know what? I got it for my mom because if the power goes out, she's going to be taken care of.
Able to, right.
I got it for my sister for dropped calls. She has dead zones in her house.
Can you? Yeah, I've got that too. Certain places that my cell phone won't work. Can you adjust the volume on each handset as well?
Yes, you can. Completely. You have your volume controls right here on the base station, which again makes your voicemail louder, makes everything louder, which is just easy and convenient. So you can easily just increase your volume right down there. Remember, all the controls on your base station are also on each of the handsets. Another one that I appreciate is that quiet mode right down here. Have you ever like, it's dinner time, let's set everything on quiet. I don't want a solicitation call to come in. I don't want the office to call during that half hour I maybe get with the family at dinner. Or even it's, okay, we're going to bed early tonight, 10 o'clock. Turn the phones on quiet so then it doesn't ring the entire house. But what's really cool about it is we all use our phones differently. Like in my house, I didn't even have a landline anymore. I'm like, I don't need to upgrade. But then I realized I'm not just upgrading a landline, I'm upgrading my cell phone experience. So maybe I leave the cell phone in that good quality reception spot, but now it rings at the bedside table, it rings out in the garage. It allows me to really not be tethered to one spot in the house or have to pick up my cell phone. And remember, it's actually now a 3-line phone. What does that mean? I have my cell phone, I have another cell phone I can pair it to. And at the end of the day, so right now, I want to pick up this telephone call. I can come right down to here. I can block it as well, which is really important as well. I'm gonna put it on speakerphone. Oh, I hung up the call.
Wait, so if you never want, you can block it, like if you never want to hear from that phone number, it'll block that phone number?
Yep, like right now, I think someone out there saw our phone number and they're calling us.
Oh,
so I can block the person who's calling us right now. It's tons of user-friendly options, and that's really what it is, because it is an upgrade. AT&T, it's the longest running phone company out there. They're part of, Alexander Graham Bell.
Right, it sounds
the guy who created it, And so really, it's a nice upgrade, but we all use it differently. I got it to expand my cell experience throughout the house. I got it from my mom, so she actually, if she loses power, she's covered, but also I got it for her because I can ring her on her cell phone. And guess what? She doesn't have to have the cell phone on her. She just has to be near a base station to take that telephone call. So now it's going to ring throughout the house.
I like that. Yeah. You know what else? I'm forever, when my cell phone is in my house, it's in the charging. Like it's charging up, right? Because it's always losing power. And it's in one room, and I'll miss calls. And you will never miss another cell phone call again as well, because these are just placed in each room. If this is somebody calling us, we do have a phone number that you can call us on, an 800 number. We'll put it down there. We want you to be part of the show. We want you to call in and tell us what you like about the phone. So we'll pull our actual phone number up for you down there, and then you can call and be part of the show.
Take advantage, like we said. It's a great, it's $25 to get all the phones home. You set it up in about 5 minutes, just plug them in. And you keep in mind that these are what we call kind of satellite phones. They don't need anything but a power source. You don't have to plug a phone jack. They connect with the main base, which sends the signal from the phone company to all the other phones. So all you need to do is have a plug. So if you want to put a phone like outside in a shed and you have a plug out there, as long as it's within range, which it will be, if it's right outside your house, because you have a good range with this, it'll connect with the digital machine that's wired to the phone company. So you can put one next to your bed, you can put one in the kid's bed, you can put one in your shed. If you've got a finished basement, if you have a finished attic, just plug it in, and now you've got a regular phone there. I have this a dead zone. I have a couple of dead zones in my house, and I actually have to use my real phone, my home phone, to be able to get signals with some people. And like I said, my mom will use nothing but her regular phones. She's got a very expensive cell phone that we bought her. We're like, because we thought it would be great to have it. She doesn't use it. She likes to use her regular phones.
It's good to have a landline as well, because if you make it, it's a great backup, and it is identified with your home. So if you make a phone call from there, if there is, heaven forbid, any kind of an emergency and you have to call 911, they know exactly where you are because of your phone. And your cell phone could be any place. That's a totally different.
If you have an alarm system, it's plugged into your home cell phone system. That's usually how your alarm system's, what mine does.
I don't know that.
Yeah, so like if something happens in my house, they have the backup and call my cell.
Yeah.
But they call the house phone first, and then they'll call the cell. They have a list of phones when they call, right?
Yeah.
But my alarm system is actually programmed and plugged into my original phone system. It's right there. That's where the wiring goes through. So it's great to have as your regular phone set. It's great to have as a backup. Should we check in with poor Bill, who's been standing over there by himself forever?
Where are you, Bill?
Bill, what are you doing over there?
I'm just in another part of the house, and the thing is, what's happening? My cell phone might be ringing. Am I disconnected from my cell phone? No, because I can answer it right over here. So it's HSN calling, so I can pick up that telephone call. And hello, is this Dre?
Hey, Bill. Yeah, it's me.
Dre, thanks for giving us a call. I almost missed it because it was on my cell phone, but luckily I was able to take it from any room in the house, really. Thanks for giving us a call.
All right, bye, Bill.
So you see, this now becomes an extension of my cell phone. That's really what we want. But the also thing is, we can actually call back to our cell phone. So you realize you can reach back to Siri and to Google, ask it what's on my calendar, ask it what's the weather. I mean, it's really a feature-rich experience and an upgrade for the cell phone user and for the landline user at the end of the day. And that's really what we appreciate, because it's upgrading the audio, it's upgrading the user experience. It's simple to do, because you kind of heard I can actually take you through that setup process again, because that's really where, if it's easy to do.
This voice guide will assist you with the basic setup of your answering system.
See,
First of all, you will set the outgoing announcement.
Takes you through everything step by step. And if it was too complicated, it wouldn't be user-friendly, but we've made it easy. I'd love to show you this example, though. So maybe this one's up in my home office or on the bedside table. But I left my cell phone downstairs because, it has better reception or it was charging. There's buttons here on the side, your voice assistant, and even push to talk. That push to talk is your intercom system. So literally, I could be upstairs and I could call the base station downstairs and be like, what's for dinner? Okay, I'm staying upstairs. Or I can hit the voice command button right over here. And it's gonna go back to my cell phone, and it's gonna allow me to ask a question. So I'll hear the beep, the chime. What's on my schedule today? And it'll...
Okay, here's your appointment at 7:55 p.m. Shop for Dad.
I didn't have to go running back to my cell phone. I can actually ask my cell phone to place a telephone call, to send a text message, because I'm engaged.
That's cool.
So your cell phone has expanded throughout the house. Your landline quality has expanded throughout the house, because also remember, with DEX 6 technology, it's better range, less interference, and also it's high definition audio. We've now experienced a high definition upgrade in terms of visual.
Right.
But when you get down to audio, it's just easier on the ears. Have you ever had mom who's like, what? I can't hear you, speak up? It really just improves the quality of the call for every person, on both ends.
So does that mean you can take it outside, like in the
Better range,
backyard,
sure.
or when you're walking the dog, like just taking him out of the
We
yard?
thought we were
not
really
around the
cool
block or
because
something.
at my grandpa's house, we could bring the phone out to the pool, but he had like a 150-foot cord that we could bring.
Yeah.
We thought we were really hip. But now, no, you could go out and get the mail, you can walk out to the pool, you can be in the garden.
And crisp, clear audio, right? HD audio, so you can hear those voices better than you can with your cell phone.
Exactly.
My cell phone calls other people when I'm on the phone with someone. Does anybody else have that? It's a very friendly cell phone, but it calls people I haven't talked to in like 5 years. So
Actually, here's a user experience for you.
Yeah.
Have you ever had, you're on your cell phone, your husband's on the cell phone, and then your kids can be on the landline? All
wait,
at the same
all
time.
at the same time?
You now have 3 lines in your home. So either
That
it's
is
just
so
me,
cool.
I just have my cell phone, I want to be able to pick it up on my bedside table, the nightstand, or wherever, you're covered. But then for the busier households or even home office, 2 cell phones it can be paired to and a landline.
Wow.
Yeah, upgrade.
This really is an upgrade. And
Yeah.
we know we rely on our cell phones, but this takes your cell phone even to the next level.
Yeah,
so if
seriously.
you were thinking before, well, landline versus cell phone, now I've got 2 phones to worry about. You don't. You've got 1. Well, so you're getting 5, so you can have 1 in every
and
room.
expandable up to 12
Expandable
handsets.
up to 12.
And can I ask you a question? See that cell phone right there?
Yes.
How much you pay for that cell phone?
Hey.
Just tell me. I know that's a fancy
More
one.
than $99.95.
I bet it was more than $99.
Exactly.
Well, now you're getting all all these so you have the backup, and as we said before, it's like having 5 extra cell phones, honestly.
Exactly.
I mean, if you look at it that way, because each one acts as your cell phone, it links
10
with your
extra
cell phone.
phones, right?
Right?
Yeah,
Two
right?
cell phones, it'll attach to 2 cell phones?
Yeah, exactly. So
did the math.
it's great technology. Ship it out for free today. Just about out of time. So if you want to get it home, it's only $24.99. And it'll come in this big box. And literally, Bill, they can have it set up how long?
Oh, in moments. And it takes
Right?
you right through the process. And remember, I'm on
Plug it in.
my landline right over here.
Plug it in.
I'm actually asking my cell phone to place a telephone call. So I'll get the little chime. Call the HSN PA desk. Do I have that phone number here?
Who should I ring for you?
Oh, it's HSN PA desk.
Whom shall I help you call?
Because that phone number is in my cell phone. It could be the pizza place, it could be the school or the mechanic, but I don't have my phone on me.
But your entire
I have this next
directory
week.
is now in your phone.
It can be
whatever you
uploaded.
have from your cell phone.
Correct.
You can still access.
It can be uploaded to the base station and all the handsets, or
Or you just
vice versa.
access it through the.
Exactly.
That's really cool. So you know what? Whether you use all, I didn't even count however many tons of features there are, or you just want a good upgrade to your landline,
Exactly.
this is really the one.